let's go into the story that already has had a bunch of comments about it, to do with, that tweet that I put up earlier. So Trump quotes Hitler, wants to run the military like Hitler did, is said to have owned Mein Kampf, and is reported to have said Hitler, quote, did some good things. But the right says what we can't do is compare him to Hitler. Well, this came out in the last week. This kind of came out. Did we mention this on the show yesterday in passing? We might have done, but we talked about it yesterday. Let's just go straight to what Kamala Harris said about the whole situation, because she was pretty straight up.
Good afternoon, everyone. So yesterday we learned that Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, a retired four-star general, confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally, one that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is, from the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, who in fact vowed to be a dictator on day one and vowed to use the military as his personal militia to carry out his personal and political vendettas. So the bottom line is this. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power. The question in 13 days will be, what do the American people want? Thank you.
And just to kind of just add one more layer of this, Chewy, Kamala Harris did a town hall on CNN this afternoon, and here are some key facts from it. Harris answered, "Yes, I do," when CNN moderator Anderson Cooper asked her if she believed Trump is a fascist, after Harris opened the town hall by referencing former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly's allegations that Trump fits the definition of a fascist in a series of interviews with the New York Times published Tuesday. There is also a bit of scuttlebutt going around at the moment that there might be some video of Donald Trump groping, fondling, being inappropriate with a younger person. I mean, it's just scuttlebutt, meaning nothing's confirmed yet, but I've seen at least 3 reporters say they have the information and they're trying to figure out what to do with it yet. They always talk about the October surprise. That might be the case. I'm going to play some Brian Tyler Cohen as well, Chewy, but you jump in first and give us your thoughts, because I mean, this is the wording we've been talking about for a long time.
Yeah. Like I think it's a big line that's been crossed. Yeah, that you like the Democrats have tried real hard to stay away from going down this path. I don't think this is surprising.
Yeah.
I think I echo what a lot of people are saying in the chat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for the people that are going to vote for him, and that is the worrying thing about the states. Like I have spoken to my friends that have posted up that they've voted and that sort of thing, and the feeling that they have is of fear for what's going to happen next if Trump gets in.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if Trump doesn't, like, there's no hope there. It's, yeah, I mean, if you said a couple of years ago when we talked about Trump that you were seeing the fall of an empire, it hasn't got any better. But I think if he loses again, will he go away? Probably not. It's going to be that he's built himself an empire. He's built himself a cult.
Yeah,
it's a cult of personality. It's exactly what these strongmen leaders cultivate. You know, I saw. Sorry, I didn't start the comment, but people pointing out that the Proud Boys are like the brown shirts. Yes,
Yeah.
and there are many organisations like that are willing to fucking storm over the line that many might gingerly approach. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
And just staying with that theme, of who Trump is and how he operates. Brian Tyler Cohen did a really, really good bit on his own show back in sort of September. And then he was on Piers Morgan, and he kind of tried to do his script again. It didn't land quite as strongly, but the difference between, well, this was after Trump had been shot because people call him Hitler. If you compare him to Hitler, of course he's going to be shot, and everyone should stop doing that. And Brian does a really good way of, because he's actually on Piers Morgan with this comment, where he responds to Piers Morgan about why is it that the Democrats always have to be the adults in the room when this is all brought on by the Republicans, the guys who do this. The things that your accusation is an admittance, things you're accusing of the Democrats of doing, they don't do, and the ones who actually do that are the Republicans. Have a listen to this.
One trick that Kamala Harris missed in her speech, it was not a bad speech at all. But one thing she didn't do, she didn't allude to the assassination attempt on Trump. And it's only been 9 days since someone tried to murder Donald Trump and actually shot him in the ear, killing him by a quarter of an inch. Would it not have been a smart move, in between calling him, a sexual predator and a con man and a fake and blah, 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 very ad hominem stuff? Would it not have been a smart move in terms of unity had she just taken a moment to acknowledge the assassination attempt and say how pleased she was that he survived it? Something of that nature.
Piers, I find it so bizarre that the onus is always on the Democrats, it's always on the adults in the room to create unity. Where was everybody for the last 6 years calling for unity when Donald Trump was president? And, as far as the violence is concerned, I feel like any effort to try to pin, again, the onus on Democrats in terms of lowering the temperature in this country is just a testament to the fact that the Republicans are graded on the curve. Remember, it was not the Democrats. While we're talking about political violence, it wasn't the Democrats who laughed at Paul Pelosi being bludgeoned with a hammer. That was Donald Trump. It wasn't Democrats who called for military tribunals for Liz Cheney. That was Donald Trump. It wasn't Democrats who laughed at a kidnapping plot against Gretchen Whitmer. That was Donald Trump. It wasn't Democrats who called for General Mark Milley to be executed. That was Donald Trump. It wasn't Democrats who posted a baseball bat photo with Alvin Bragg and threatened death and destruction if he was charged. So in all of these examples, Piers, it is not the Democrats who've done this. It's not the Democrats who've validated the use of political violence as a tool in this country. And it shouldn't be on the Democrats all of a sudden to be the adults in the room.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It's like all of a sudden. And look, the assassination attempt on Trump was horrific. It was a millimeter away from being one of the worst crimes of the century, to kill a former president. You don't agree with that? I mean, I'm not even talking about him. It
would have been big, but worst crime of the century. Right.
I guess I mean political crimes. I mean, any leader of a country or former leader of a country getting assassinated
in America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
the biggest American crime of the century.
Yeah, fair. I know we can start talking about Israel and go. Fair, I withdraw and apologize. But you know what I mean? It would have been a massively bad political movement even in America. It would have been huge. But the point that I guess Brian was making was the violence within politics in America has been ratcheted up by the right. And then when the rights become a potential victim of that violence, it's like all the left have to stop doing it. At one stage, and I don't know if it's still the case right now, the FBI and all of those official things were saying that the most serious form of terrorism in America was right-wing fundamentalist terrorism. That's where it was all coming from. That was far bigger than any kind of religious or, foreign nation attacking. It was right-wing fundamentalists. They were the number one perpetrators of terrorist actions within
100%.
the borders of America. So, yeah, anyway.
Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah.
So many people want to both sides it, and it's not a both sides thing. You have a person that wants to be president in the US who is a fascist.
Yeah.
Who admires fascists, who admires dictators, who has friendly relations with them.
Yeah.
Speaks positively of them and echoes them. So yeah, America, the America that we know, is fighting for its fucking life.
Mm.
And I honestly, like, I was talking to someone before, like, every American that I have met individually has been lovely. It just seems to be that they are fucking dangerous in large groups.
You don't even want to find Americans in a baseball stadium. Just one-on-one every time. One-on-one.
Yeah.
One-on-one.
There's a great quote from God, the name, Men in Black. You know, a person is smart, but people are dumb and easily scared and dangerous.